Oh, hello everyone. My name's Lockie. This is Oswatch Football, and it's our live watch along for Melbourne City in the Asian Champions League Elite Matchday 2. We were live for City's first game in this competition a couple of weeks back, defeat on Matchday 1. And this game is literally just about to kick off right this moment. Vissel Kobe is the opponent for the reigning A-League Men's Champions. So, thank you for joining us tonight for this live watch along. Feel free to jump into the live chat, say g'day. We had Neo in here saying, I want to see City win. Look, and again, I'm not a City fan, but I'd love to see Melbourne City get 3 points as well here. Really tough test, obviously coming up against a good team from Japan here in Vissel Kobe. First away trip of this Asian Champions League Elite campaign for City. And of course, the target for Melbourne City is to make it to the knockout phase, which they haven't done so before. They've never done so in this competition. This game is underway. First half has just kicked off. We'll talk about Melbourne City's lineup as this game goes on. As Herman Ferreira, well, it looked like he committed a foul, but the offside flag was up. But that could have been a yellow card within 15 seconds there. Melbourne City's lineup, an interesting one. Some injury concerns for City. They announced it on their socials when announcing the lineup for tonight's game. A number of players out with injury. Lawrence Wong, Alele Matt Leckie's out with injury as well. There is a boost for Melbourne City. Andrew Naboot is on the bench, which is big, which is huge news for Melbourne City fans. Andrew Naboot, who missed a lot of last season with injury, he's really struggled with injuries for the last few years now. So it's a young lineup. There's young players in the starting lineup and the bench as well. I mean, it's mostly young players who have very limited first team experience. Yes, this game is being played in Japan, and yes, Neo, this game is on Paramount Plus. For those of us in Australia, you can watch on Paramount Plus. G'day to Boston is here in the live chat. Namar is here as well. G'day. Great to see everyone here. Cody's predicting a Vissel Kobe win. I mean, they're probably the favourites heading into this game. It's always tough coming up against opponents from Japan. Such a fantastic league, very high quality. But it's the A-League champions here, Melbourne City. If City can even get a draw from this game, it is a big result. That would be a big result for Melbourne City. I think for the Asian Champions League Elite campaign, if they can try and get their wins at home, obviously Matchday 1 did not start well with a loss at home to Sanfrecce Hiroshima. They need to get the points at home. So if they can snag a point here on the road, I mean, that would be big. As we know in the Asian Champions League Elite, obviously Melbourne City in the eastern section of the tournament. The top 8 teams out of 12 total, top 8 out of 12 go through the knockout phase, which, provides City an opportunity there, even if they have a pretty, as a long-range shot comes in for Vissel Kobe, fires wide. Melbourne City, I mean, they could just grab a few sneaky wins here and there, and that could be enough to, help them jump up to 7th, 8th position. Cody says, can't wait for MacArthur versus Beijing at Campbelltown tomorrow. Yes, of course, 2 Aussie teams in Asia. And it's MacArthur FC who, as Cody says there, they are hosting Beijing tomorrow in Campbelltown, 5:45 p.m. kickoff, Australian Eastern Standard Time, which isn't the best kickoff time, obviously pretty early for a weekday. But it is what it is. Nia says, I'm hoping, comment just disappeared to me. Nia says, I'm hoping next season City's active area is like it was in the grand final. Yeah, man. That's what we always say, right? Like when you see these great crowds for finals games and the big games and even the derby matches as well, it's like, why aren't they coming to just, every other game, every other week, a regular game? And I believe we can get to that stage eventually. We are building to that. Melbourne City, look, it's simply a fact that their crowd numbers are probably not as Not as high. At least their crowd numbers are not as high as probably we would hope, especially for a team who has had a decent amount of success, even in the last 5 years. Their crowds, obviously, the pandemic didn't help, but these days, yeah, you'd hope their crowd numbers would be jumping up. But I think the crowd was under 2,000 for their Champions League elite game a few weeks ago at home. Yeah. Says Kobe should win this one comfortably. They're certainly favourites, yeah. The home side from the J1 League. Vissel Kobe. A team whose Central Coast Mariners did play in the Asian Champions League elite last year. Mariners losing that game, unfortunately. But look, some would say that Melbourne City, a club like Melbourne City, they're heading into this campaign with a fairly strong squad. Neo asks, what would you rate City's 2025-26 A-League kit out of 10? Yes, so we've been getting a lot of A-League kits lately. Yesterday we had Victory and Newcastle Jets reveal their kits. And Melbourne City's kits, I was just trying to remember. Yes, no, I remember really, really liking them. There was I'm going to pull them up in front of me now, actually, just so I can remember what they look like. But I remember really digging all of them. I thought they were all really, really nice. I think it was I don't know if it's the away kit or the third kit, but it was white, but it had this pink touch to it. And that's right. The home kit had it was the classic City light blue top, but it had those strips of red, I think, on the collar and the sleeves, which was a nice touch. Obviously, a bit of a reference to their Melbourne Heart days, hey? I'm with you, Tan Lee, who says, not my club, but I hope City win. Yeah, it's the funny thing. I don't know whether that's just our mentality as A-League fans. But even though, many of us might not be Melbourne City fans, we want to see the Aussie sides do well in these Asian competitions. We do. Of course, mate. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Good evening to you too. The kit video was good. Dude, there's been some great kit release videos from some A-League clubs. Victory's one was really good yesterday as well. There's been some really cool ones. So Vissel Kobe looking like they're on the front foot here early on. They've already had a corner earlier on. Throw in a good position for them. Melbourne City doing quite a fair bit of defending. Look at the number of players that Melbourne City have behind the ball, man. Even for that throw-in, City had everyone just piled into the defensive third. Cody asks, just wondering your thoughts on MacArthur's kit, and also will you do a kit ranking video? Yeah, we'll definitely do a kit ranking video. Once all the kits come out, obviously, we've still got a few teams we're waiting on. MacArthur's kit's cool, man. It's good. I don't like it as much as the last 2 years. It's been, I think this is the third consecutive year where the Bulls have had the black and white stripes. Before that, it was predominantly a white top, but they've been going for the black and white stripes. The last couple of years, I think, have been really, really good. But this one's cool. It's fine. All the kits so far in the A-League, all the kits have been, none of them have been bad. I'll tell you that much. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? We've got a question here. Which team's new kits this season do you like the best? I mean, Melbourne City's probably up there, but it's probably not good for me to say being a Mariners fan, but I do like Newcastle Jets and their kits for this season. I think they look really nice. They've brought in the collar, and yeah, their kits look really, really nice. Boston says he's going to the 12th of October Mariners Fan Day. Love it. Yep, Mariners announced that today. But the Fan Day, was that yesterday? They announced it yesterday that the Fan Day is happening on the 12th of October, 1 week out from that F3 derby. Yeah, dude, Cody, I remember that kit, that Bulls kit 2 years ago with the collar and the black and white stripes. That was fantastic. Loved that. Loved that jersey. Great kit. So it's another corner to defend for Melbourne City. We are 9 minutes in to this match. We are 9 minutes in. The scores are 0-0, but it's all Vissel Kobe, which is maybe not too surprising. But Melbourne City, this is a real defensive test for the A-League champions. How long can they hold on? How long can they keep defending like this? And will they manage to manufacture some opportunities in this contest? It's a good question. Will Central Coast Mariners have a third kit this season? For the last few years, I think we've been doing a third kit, so I probably expect another one, yeah. Do I have a favourite Mariners kit? I actually did over on the we'll come back to that because here comes this corner away by Cyprian. Melbourne City on the defence. Vissel Kobe basically in total control. Do I have a favourite Mariners kit? I did a Mariners kit ranking video over on Coast Watch Football, the dedicated Mariners fan channel that I run. So yeah, I did a video there a couple months ago ranking all the kits, so you can check that out. I'm trying to remember what I put as number one. I think I put I really like the 2020, 2006, 2007 design, which a lot of the teams sort of had a similar design back then in the early years of the A-League. But I think the Mariners one just looked great. I do like the palm tree jersey. It copped a lot of criticism at the time, but the palm tree jersey is really unique as well. Yeah, Mariners have had some nice kits over the years, that's for sure. Who is the main striker for City? Yeah, well, thanks for reminding me. We're going to talk about the lineups in just a moment. It looks like it could be. I thought it might have been Kanamori playing a central role. See, you know what the funny thing is? Melbourne City have barely been in attack, so like it's hard to tell who's like leading the line from them up top. It could even be Rahmani. Now, what's happened here is, I think Vissel Kobe's goalkeeper has handled the ball outside the box. Melbourne City have a free kick. Now, this is very rare that you'll see this. Melbourne City have a free kick because the Vissel Kobe goalkeeper went to collect that ball, and the referee reckons he handled it outside the box. And it's a Melbourne City free kick here after a lot of defending, 11 minutes in. This is a huge opportunity. That's the thing. When these chances arise for Melbourne City, they really have to take them because they might not get many in this contest. So Prian's up there, Ferreira, Atkinson, Truan as well. Guy Truan looks like he's playing defensive midfielder once again today, which may well be a permanent role for him going forward at Melbourne City. So Kanamori's going to send this free kick in. Far too heavy from Kanamori. It sails out, but it looks like he was going for a shot there. There wasn't that much power on it, but it was just so far away from all his teammates. G'day, Blinkus as well. Weird handball indeed. Yeah, it's very unusual that you see that sort of situation there for the goalkeeper. All right, we're going to put Melbourne City's lineup up in just a moment. Second game in the Asian Champions League 2 so far this season for Melbourne City. Yet to register a shot after 13 minutes. Vissel Kobe looking pretty comfortable up to this point. A-League champions here. A-League champions. A decent number of players here that started that grand final against Melbourne Victory a few months back. So there has been a few key departures from Melbourne City. We think about Jonathan Coleman and Marco Tilio. But in the team tonight for City, there are a lot of star players in that lineup. Really appreciate you guys joining us for this live watch along tonight. If you want to support, make sure to hit the like button. You can also consider sending in super chats. We're also going to be live about 12 hours in about 12 hours time. We're going to be live again for the young Socceroos who have got their second match coming up in the Under-20 World Cup. Huge game as well against Argentina. Young Socceroos really need a result in that game. So that is a big match coming up. So we'd love for you guys to join us for that watch along tomorrow morning. Kicks off 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Melbourne City slowly getting back into this contest, hey, as we approach the quarter of an hour mark. Starting to get a little bit more possession, which is good to see. It's really interesting thinking about how Melbourne City will go in the A-League this season. How will they back up after last year's campaign where they were close to finishing top? They were chasing Auckland towards the end. They finished second in the league, went on to win the grand final. Will they be set for another successful campaign? We'd love to hear from you guys. Where are you? What's your A-League ladder prediction for Melbourne City? Because it feels like a lot of people there's varying predictions when it comes to Melbourne City, it seems, each season. For the last 5 years, they've been pretty successful. They've been in finals for, year after year, they're making finals. So, I mean, my expectation is that still with the squad they have, they should be playing finals. "16 minutes into this matchup. Melbourne City are doing okay so far. They're doing all right. They're in this game. They are in this game. New signing Elvis Rashani on the bench tonight for Melbourne City as well. Will he make his debut? Tell you what, man, looking at the way this game's panning out, it might even be a different system for Melbourne City. It looks like they could even be playing a 4-4-2. We'll put the lineup up in just a moment. But maybe that was the plan for Aurelio Vidmar, to play quite a defensive lineup, knowing that his side was going to have to do a lot of defending. All right. There's our City lineup by the looks of things, ticking across the bottom. Beach and goals, Shillington, Ferreira, Soprine, Bajic at back four. So youngster Harry Shillington getting a run. Atkinson is up at right mid. True and Schreiber in the centre of the park. Durakovic is over at left mid for City. Look like a 4-4-2 with youngster Rachmani and Kanamori leading the line. Very interesting indeed. We usually see Melbourne City play a 4-3-3 formation. Adstar here says it's hard to predict who is going to win the A-League because there has been a lot of departures of players and a lot of youngsters coming in. Hard to know just how good the new players will be. Yeah, it's always so tricky to predict the A-League, isn't it? It's always so tricky to predict. So I'm sure we're set for more surprises this season, man. Sure we are. Boston, thank you very much for that kind super chat a moment ago. Appreciate that. Says Lockie, I got a match-worn Mariners training top. Love it. The new one, as in like the new one from this upcoming season, because the Mariners training shirts for this season look great. Look great. But thank you very much for that very kind super chat there, Boston. Appreciate you tuning in as always, buddy. Do you think Australia can beat Argentina tomorrow morning? I think we're capable. I definitely think we are. Look, again, the big takeaway from that Italy game on Monday is that we looked great. We looked good. We played very, very well. And on another day, we could have won that game. So if we go into the Argentina game with a similar performance, we're giving ourselves every opportunity to win. So very much looking forward to that one. So make sure to join us for our live watch along for that one tomorrow morning. Young Socceroos. Neo asks, have you seen Auckland's new retro shirt? Yes, I have. It's cool. It's very nice, isn't it? Very nice. I think some people wondered whether that was maybe going to be their actual kit for this season, because I think it was first revealed like a couple months back. Kanamori's won a foul. Takeshi Kanamori, new signing for Melbourne City, made his debut in Matchday 1 of this competition for City. And the number 10 for the A-League champions could be a key player for them this upcoming season. Tarnley says, Patrick Beach looks comfortable. Would he break into the Socceroos? I think he definitely seems to be part of that next contingent of goalkeepers breaking through, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do see him in there soon enough as Beach whips in a free kick. Comes out, the shot. Oh, great chance. Great chance indeed. 20 minutes in. Melbourne City are just starting to creep their way into this contest. Tell you what, Beach's free kick delivery was good. It was dangerous. Headed away. Zane Schreiber with the shot, and the block was required. Melbourne City are getting closer and closer here after having to do a lot of defending early on. Nil all after 21 minutes. Melbourne City with a corner now. If they could take the lead here. Delivery's not, well, a bit of an interesting delivery there. The delivery went to the near post. All the City players were at the far post. But anyway, it's a free kick for Vissel Kobe because of a foul committed by Shillington. Adstar says here that Nestor Nkundi is 19, but is not in the Under-20 World Cup. Well, I think the main reason for that is that because he's a Socceroo now, hey, he's stepped up. And we saw what Nestor Nkundi did for the Socceroos in that most recent window, that game away to New Zealand in Auckland. Fantastic in that match. And we expect Nestor Nkundi to be called up for the Socceroos squads to take on Canada and USA, which is that squad. We don't know when exactly it's going to be announced, but they do sometimes. In the past, there's been a number of times where they announce the squads on a Friday the week before the matches are played. So that means we could get a Socceroos squad this Friday, potentially. We put out a video yesterday predicting that upcoming Socceroos squad. I've got a few players that are highlighted that I reckon should be named in the squad that weren't in the last one. Yeah. Ooh, great question, Cody. If you could pick one away day to attend this year, all expenses paid, which fixture would you choose? Great question. I'll take Auckland away. Yeah, I think so. I think that would probably be most people's answer as well. Hey, you just look at the crowds that Auckland brought last season, and then the Premiers as well. You know, they're a great team. It's a great team, great crowd. Heading over to New Zealand as well, another country, at least for me in Australia. So, yeah, I think easily Auckland away, especially considering that at least for me to get to, that would probably be one of the more expensive away days in regards to travel and all that. Alrighty. Melbourne City. Again, the feeling is if they can come out of this game with a draw, it is a good result for them. It is. Here's the thing. I mean, there's 8 matches total. There's 8 matches total in the league phase that City have to play. This is game 2 out of 8. However, if they lose this game tonight, the pressure is seriously on. even just 2 games in, after losing Matchday 1 at home, they lose here as well. You know, they're sitting bottom of the league phase of this East zone. So yeah. G'day, Troy. Good to see you here, mate. I hope work went all right for you today. I didn't miss much. Just about to log into Paramount. Not too much. It's been, I guess, a pretty even contest now up to this point. City having to do a lot of defending early on against a good Vissel Kobe side here. Melbourne City starting to work their way into the game. No worries, Leo 23. Thanks for jumping in, mate. Tarnley, that's a good point as well about Nesri and Kunda. Yes, when it comes to these under-20 squads, their clubs have to release the players. So Nesri and Kunda has been a pretty regular starter for Watford in the English Championship, which is great to see. So, yeah, I don't think Watford would even want to release him, hey? So, yeah. I mean, it'd be great to have Aaron Kunda at the Under-20 World Cup. I mean, I'm sure he'd do great. But hey, I mean, the squad that we've got there is very strong. It's very strong. Ooh, big question. Do I think Auckland can win it again? I do think so. I think just based off just looking at the sides on paper, Auckland have done a very good job in this transfer window to not have a lot of their top players depart the club. They've got a few big departures. Alex Paulson's a huge departure for Auckland. So that's maybe one big concern. Nato Moreno is a big departure. He leaves. But they've brought in some top players in Lockie Brooke and Jake Goodwood-Black and Sam Cosgrove, the new striker. So I think Auckland, when you look at all the sides, especially even those top sides, who will be looking to push on once again and chase the title, I think Auckland should be up there once again. Like I'm currently in the stage. We will be doing an A-League ladder prediction video, probably next week sometime. We'll do my A-League ladder prediction video. And I'm already sort of thinking about where I want to put teams. And I was thinking, and I think some people think this is maybe Auckland. Ooh, good chance of Vissel Kobe long ball claimed by Patrick Beach. I feel like some people think that Auckland might slip down this season. I mean, you just look at the squad they have, and it'd be very surprising if they do slip down this season. So they should be finishing top 4. Auckland FC, with the team that they have, very similar to last season, they should be finishing top 4. Anything less than that's a big disappointment. They've set the bar. That's the thing with Auckland FC. They've set the bar for themselves now. They're now one of the biggest clubs in the league already. Neo asks if you could pick one City match to go to, home or away, which one would you go to? A derby or just a regular old match? Oh, derby, of course, yeah. Derby. I mean, being a Mariners fan, I'd love to, go to a Melbourne City Mariners match. I've never been to Amy Park. So it'd be great. But yeah, obviously would be great to experience a derby as well. G'day, Callum. Good to see you here, mate. Callum asks, have they said anything on the broadcast about the nature of Wong's injury? Didn't even know he was injured, but apparently it's pretty bad. Yeah, it was just so when Melbourne City announced the lineup on the socials, they did mention it. Hey, Lawrence Wong out with an injury. No, I'm not sure, but in regards to the broadcast, obviously I don't have the audio up as well for commentary, but even from the pre-game, from what I heard, didn't hear anything regarding Lawrence Wong. So if you guys know anything, let us know. But yeah, as announced tonight by Melbourne City, Lawrence Wong, promising young attacking midfielder, out with injury, big blow. Here come Melbourne City on the attack, trying to fashion an opportunity with the crosses. After 28 minutes in this match, it is 0-0. I'll tell you what, dude, for the last 10 minutes or so, Melbourne City have really wrestled back control of this game. Lecky's also out injured. Lecky's injured as well. So hopefully this isn't another season where he's really in and out with injury, hey. G'day, Joshy. Good to see you here, mate. And hello to Alex. How are you watching it? Asks Alex. This game is on Paramount Plus. It is on Paramount Plus for us fans in Australia. G'day, Water Dealer. Water says this will be a great weekend. Heidelberg. I'm a Moreton Bay supporter for the Australian Championship. Yes, big game coming up this Saturday. And, hey, busy week here as well. on Oswald Football. We will be doing a live watch along for the Australia Cup final, of course, as well. It's all building up to that one. Saturday night, Heidelberg United, Newcastle Jets, Australia Cup final. That ball's out of play. Goal kick. So I like the way Melbourne City have responded here after a lot of early pressure from Vissel Kobe. But Melbourne City working real hard. Real hard to stay in this contest. Comment here saying, I think Wong should be more of a lower situated midfielder, more of a playmaker. Yeah, look, I'm sure he's a versatile player as well. We only had a few glimpses of him in the A-League last year for Melbourne City. But yeah, you get the sense that he's a versatile player, hey? Joshy here says, talking about Heidelberg, I don't know if I told you, but I went to the round of 32 Heidelberg game against Western Bears, that 2-0 win. Says, I'm in love with the club, so now that's my NPL club. Love to hear it, Joshy. Joshy's fallen in love with Heidelberg United. I think they've gained a lot of fans this year, that's for sure. That's right, Matt Leckie's unfortunately struggled with injuries in recent years. Natty Atkinson. How about this? Natty Atkinson is fuming right now. Wow. And he's got a yellow card, and it's not surprising. Because that was an absolute Nathaniel Atkinson is completely losing it at the moment. He cannot believe that decision. He thought he thought he was going to get the corner. Let's have a look at this replay. So Nathaniel Atkinson working really hard there. Did it take the last touch came off the Vissel Kobe player? It looked like. But obviously you can't react like that. Nathaniel Atkinson throwing the ball, screaming. So it's a yellow card for Atkinson, which is not ideal. Not ideal in a game where they're having to do a lot of defending. Nathaniel Atkinson, really one of Melbourne City's key players now. Socceroo. Well, I mean, we say Socceroo, but he hasn't been included for some time now as Vissel Kobe. Oh, wow. Shot from about 30 metres out, not too far away from Patrick Beach's goal. And in fact, it's going to be a corner. So Beach may have even got a touch on that. Beach's clearance wasn't great, giving possession straight back to the opponents. And yeah, dude, that was a good save from Beach. Fingertip save. In this game so far, I'm 32 minutes in, just ticked past 32 minutes. 32 minutes and 30 seconds now as Vissel Kobe have a corner. Melbourne City, can they maintain their solid defence that they've been defending really well so far? Away by Truant, good defensive header. Speaking of Socceroos, Kai Truant, does he find a way to get back into the Socceroos squad at least once the A-League season starts? Maybe. Feels like he could be a real valuable player for the Socceroos in years to come, especially with his versatility as well. We know Kai Truant can play at centre-back or even in defensive midfield, as he is playing today. Well, this is the first time I think I might have even seen Truant playing a midfield too, which is a bit of a different role for him. Usually see play with a 4-3-3, but Kai Truant playing alongside Schreiber in the middle of the park today. That's right, Troy, who says this should be a tough game. It's against J-League opposition, of course. Yeah, and opposition that the Mariners face last year as well, of course, Troy. Mariners did play Vissel Kobe away in the Asian Champions League Elite, losing on that occasion. But from memory, Mariners did manage a few chances in that game. So Melbourne City, how will they fare after 34 minutes? 34 minutes now into this game. 34 minutes. And it's 0-0, which if you're a City fan, you'd probably take it. You'd probably take it at this rate. Joshy asks a broad question. Do you reckon there's much use for a box-to-box central defensive midfielder? As in a central defensive midfielder who is a box-to-box player? Is there much use for a box-to-box central defensive midfielder? I mean, yeah, I think so. Yeah. I guess they're two different roles, hey? Whether you're a box-to-box midfielder or a defensive midfielder. Cody says here the pitch doesn't look too crash hot. It does look a little patchy, isn't it? Like in front of the goals and the goal mouth. It's a little bit patchy, doesn't it? Yeah. Really appreciate you guys joining us on tonight's live watch along. This is Matchday 2 in the Asian Champions League Elite, Melbourne City. I'm not a City fan, but we want to see City do well in this competition. 35 minutes have been played, so 10 minutes plus stoppage time to be played in this first half. A bit of a new look Melbourne City formation, at least. 4-4-2. Don't usually see City play this kind of a formation, but you'd imagine the decision-making behind going for this lineup here tonight for Aurelio Vidmar. He's thinking that this formation was going to be the best to try and be effective in defence. Do you like Stojowski as a coach? Asks Cody. He's done a good job so far with MacArthur. Obviously, probably hoping for more finals finishes. But hey, he's won silverware with MacArthur. Australia Cup, of course. So I think he's been doing an okay job, Milos Stojowski. He's been doing all right. Triple O, who's saying that highlights that there's been a few ACL elite games where there's been low crowds. Yeah. Look, hopefully we can see the crowds start to rise, at least in Australia, for these games. These are big competitions, and that's why we're here doing this live stream, man. Doing a live watch along for these Champions League games. City almost with a chance. Rahmani was chasing it down in the box. Couldn't get a foot on it. 37 minutes. 37 minutes have ticked by now in this game. Oh, is there a VAR check here? There's a VAR check for a possible penalty here for Melbourne City. I don't think the ref will be called over. It didn't look like much. But Rahmani, yeah, it's playing on. It's playing on, so that didn't take long. Rahmani did go to the ground, but yeah, there wasn't much in it. Alrighty, we are in the final stages of the first half. Can Melbourne City try and fashion some more opportunities? To be fair, dude, there hasn't been many opportunities for either side. What club did Arslan go to in the J League again? He went to Sanfrecce Hiroshima, and that was a big moment for City's first game a few weeks ago. We did a live watch along for that one as well. Arslan did come onto the pitch as well. Tolga Arslan did play against his former side on Matchday 1 a few weeks back in Melbourne. So, yeah, return to Amy Park. Free kick here for City. Bit of a lunging challenge. German Ferreira, the player fouled, and the City players, I think, asking for a yellow. I think it's a fair question. There because Ferreira was sprinting forward and completely, it was a lunging challenge. It's got to be a yellow card, right? Nowhere near the ball, just flying in on the player. So City with another free kick here. Sort of a long-range free kick. Fair way out from goal. But they will send some bodies up to contest for this Melbourne City. 39 minutes into this match. Melbourne City have done okay. They've done okay so far, but they need to create more opportunities. They need to start creating some chances because they've been doing all right. They've only had 2 shots so far in this game. Both have been off target. So, Bajic swings it in. Can't find a teammate. Vissel Kobe pretty comfortable in defence up to this point. Hey, both teams defending well. I mean, feels like Vissel Kobe's shots, a few of them have just come from long range. But the defensive organisation of City so far has been good. 2-0 loss at home in Matchday 1 to Sanfrecce Hiroshima. So, looking to try and sort things out defensively, try and reduce the goals conceded. You can see every time Vissel Kobe get into their forward half, Melbourne City just get everyone behind the ball. Maybe a chance for a counter-attack. No, it's picked off. Jurakovic. Oh, Jurakovic has won it. Doesn't won it. Kanamori could be offside, but City are away here. Kanamori down the left. Great chance. Cutting in the shots. No accuracy on it in the end. I reckon Kanamori might have been offside, but that was a little moment there. New A-League kits reaction. G'day, Only Edits. Yeah, there's been some really nice A-League kits released in recent days. I've been a big fan of Newcastle Jets kit. I thought theirs was really nice with the collar. I do like Melbourne City's A-League kits this season. I like the touch of red on the sleeves and the collar. So there's been some nice kits so far. Melbourne Victory released their kit yesterday. I thought it was okay. I thought it was good. It was a pretty standard Melbourne Victory kit, I thought, with the V. I thought Victory's actually away kit was kind of cool. It was less white and more grey. It was like a light grey colour, which I thought was nice. So yeah, Cody Gurse also agrees, saying City's kits are class. Only Edits also asks news on Balotelli. City would have been perfect. Yeah, City would have been a great, I think, destination for Mario Balotelli, but unfortunately, yeah, there's been no word on Balotelli for some time now. Mario Balotelli. It was probably, feels like maybe 2 months ago now when that story came out, how he stated his desire to come to the A-League. You know, we're just a couple of weeks out from the season. He hasn't been signed by an A-League club. Maybe it could be a move in January. I don't know, man. I don't know. Joshie asks, any A-League teams with third kits? I don't. City have got a third kit. City released 3 kits. I'm trying to remember if there's been any others. Often a lot of A-League clubs do 3 kits. Yeah, Mariners generally do. City, Sydney FC generally have a third kit. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Yeah, it's more common these days. Yeah. Wow. That's Troy. Thanks for the update there. Troy says apparently the Lion City Sailors game is suspended due to weather. There you go. And as Troy mentions there as well, yes, that was another big link earlier on in pre-season. Yeah, Mendy was linked to Central Coast Mariners, which, yeah, that feels like ages ago when that was first talked about. 43 minutes played. Not long to go in the first half. It's been pretty even in the end. Not too many chances. Second half. I reckon we may well see this game spring into action, spring to life. But it feels like this first half, both teams have sort of just been getting a feel for each other, taking it pretty easy. Don't want to do anything too risky. Here comes City on the front foot. Bajic is up from left back. City looking to manufacture a chance here late on in the first half. they've done well to maintain a decent amount of the ball as well. Hey, Vissel Kobe having to do a lot of defending now. 44 minutes played. And City, who are being patient, very, very patient on the ball. It's been okay. It's been okay. It really was. Honestly, it was really maybe that first 10 minutes where City were completely on the back foot. Vissel Kobe dominating. Since then, dude, it's been even. And if anything, Melbourne City have looked maybe the more likely. A couple long-range shots for Vissel Kobe, but for Melbourne City, man, they should be pretty happy with how this game's going. They're looking fairly comfortable. They're just going to try and find those opportunities. That's all that's missing. And obviously that was the thing that really affected them in Matchday 1, unable to create really any opportunities. They were very poor going forward. They do have a few key substitutes on the bench who could be involved. Elbasan Rashani, winger, is on the bench today. New signing for Melbourne City. And also Andrew Naboot, back from injury. He's on the bench today for Melbourne City. G'day, Tim Cooper. Says, hi, when is it the naming of the Australian call-up against Wales and England? The Matildas games? The Matildas games against Wales and England? Yeah, we should. The Matildas squads generally get announced fairly early, like even a couple weeks out from those games. So we might, who knows when we'll see the Matildas squad announced, maybe next week, maybe the week after. But yes, the Matildas are back in action at the end of this month. We are now, of course, into October. Happy 1st of October, everyone. So there's a chance we could see Matilda squads in the next couple of weeks as they are prepared to take on Wales and England in a pair of friendlies at the end of October. Only Ed is here with a comment saying there's literally no advertisement for the ACL 1 and 2, saying hopefully for the league itself. Yeah, dude, that's something that I really want to push as well. I think us Aussie fans should, really get more invested in these competitions. So the halftime whistle has been blown. It is 0-0. And again, I think I'll reiterate my point. I think if you're a Melbourne City fan, it's okay. That first half was all right. In a game where Vissel Kobe are probably big favourites, being the home team here, J1 league side, sorry. Yeah, I think Melbourne City should be pretty happy with how things have panned out up to this point. All right, jump in the live chat if you guys have any questions on anything, on this match or anything Oz football related, whether it's A-Leagues, Australia Cup final this weekend, Socceroos, Matildas, young Socceroos, of course, who are in action tomorrow morning. We're going to be live in almost exactly 12 hours. So we're going to, everyone get a good night's sleep. If you're in Australia, at least, get a good night's sleep and we're up first thing in the morning. Catch the young Socceroos. Choice is still 3 weeks to the A-League. We're counting down the days. Once we enter October, that's when the excitement really starts to build and it really feels like it's around the corner. So, yeah, less than 3 weeks, hey? Less than 3 weeks. Very exciting indeed. Very exciting indeed. Some great games coming up round 1 in the A-League men's as well. Adelaide United, Sydney FC is the first game kicking us off. And it's actually going to be great too, because on that opening day of the A-League men's season, 2 games on the Friday. Adelaide and Sydney. And then after that, we've got Brisbane, Macarthur. So it's great that we've got 2 games opening day of the A-League men's season as well. G'day, A-League X says, thanks for commenting on a video of mine a few weeks back. Really appreciate it. The league has so much potential. I agree. The league does have so much potential. And everyone go check out A-League X, putting out some great videos, which I've been seeing lately, which is awesome. Talking about the A-League. Love the content. We need more fans. We need more fans making content about the A-League. Obviously, that's it was going back to Only Edit's comment a moment ago as well about advertising for the Asian Champions League or for the A-League. And it's all the mainstream media doesn't really cover football in Australia all that much. So it's up to us fans to make some noise about it. And that's what we're trying to do here with this channel. Trying to provide some sort of commentary. some promotion for football in Australia because it's got so much potential, as A-League X says here in that comment. Yes, I did see that, Lightning. There's been a lot of movement in regarding those Australian Championship clubs. Seb Pasquale to South Melbourne, one of those guys. Water, I appreciate that. I appreciate you joining us for these live streams. Says, I pray your channel will hit that 10K milestone. Maybe one day, mate. Maybe one day. Yes, Lightning as well. That was another big signing for South Melbourne. Yeah, Manny Agwek from Avondale. Big signing. Big signing from a Victorian rival. Tim Cooper. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Let's talk about Alex Robertson. So Tim asks, what is the current position for Australia regarding the Alex Robertson situation? Says that England and Scotland are observing as he declares himself as ineligible. In Peru, are claiming he will be called up this year. I mean, no one really knows. That's the thing, with Alex, the Alex Robertson situation. It feels like it was about a year or two, probably last year, where we're talking a lot about Alex Robertson. A lot about Alex Robertson, especially after some promising performances at Portsmouth a couple of years back. And a lot of people really eager to see Robertson push into the Socceroos squad. And then I think it was that first squad named by Tony Popovic, and Robertson wasn't in it. And there was questions being asked of Tony Popovic. And it seems like at the end of the day, look, we don't know what's going on. It's just my own speculation, but it seems like it's Robertson's doesn't want to play for the Socceroos. That's just what it seems to be. I don't know, man. I mean, he played for the Socceroos against Ecuador in a friendly match years ago now. Like, what was 2-3 years ago now against Ecuador? But it feels like, for the past year or so now, he's sort of disappeared from the conversations. But yeah, at the end of the day, we don't really know what's happening with Alex Robertson. Adstar says, I dare say that Australia has given up on Robertson. Well, and you know what the interesting thing is as well? With those midfield positions, we're looking really strong in midfield, I think, right now for the Socceroos. Put out a video yesterday predicting my Socceroos squad for this upcoming international window. And it's tricky picking the midfielders. Because at the moment, you've got Aidan O'Neill, Yazbek, Teague, Ballard's been looking good. I reckon Cammy Devlin should push back into the squad. Jackson Irvine should be returning from injury. And as we know, the Socceroos really only play with 2 central midfielders. So even if Robertson wanted to play for Australia, hey, look, maybe he does. We don't know. Again, we don't know. Even if Robertson did put his hand up to want to be picked for a Socceroos squad, does he even make the squad? Does he even make the squad? I don't know. I don't know if he does. He hasn't been playing much at all for Cardiff in League One in England. But, hey, man, we wish Alex all the best, and just got to respect whatever decision he makes in the end regarding who he represents on the international stage. G'day, Jordan. Jordan says, big A-League fan from Norwich in the UK. Love all your work, mate. Jordan, thanks for the comment, man. Really appreciate that. Norwich in the UK. Love it. Love it. Always cool hearing from fans from around the world as well. And it's always cool hearing fans from around the world who like the A-League. Who like the A-League. Because there are a lot. There are a lot of people around the world who follow the A-League. Love it. Ooh, big question here from Lightning. Let's talk about the Australian Championship, which gets underway next week, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend. So Australian Championship's just around the corner. We'll be doing next week. We'll be talking a bit more about the Australian Championship, doing some content on that. But it's a big question there, Lightning. Who do you think will win the Australian Championship? And as Lightning says here, question for everyone. Jump in the live chat. Who's going to win the Australian Championship? I'm really fascinated to watch this tournament, man, because you've got teams from all over the country, from different states. Yeah. I mean, the first thought has to go to those NPL Victoria clubs, who I think we can all agree NPL Victoria just seems to be on top at the moment. You've got Heidelberg United, who are Australia Cup finalists, champions of NPL Victoria. They should be strong. But we know Avondale made it to the semi-finals as well. South Melbourne, I mean, their league season hasn't necessarily been all that good in NPL Victoria, but they could be set for a big campaign as well. So The Victorian sides are ones to watch. Yeah, man. I mean, Metro Stars from South Australia, they're a top team as well. Metro Stars, they could be one to watch also. It's hard to pick, dude. It is really, really hard to pick. Yeah. Troy mentions lots of former A-League players too, of course, in the championship. Mm-hmm. Ooh, interesting comment here from Tan Lee, who says, according to the Aussie Game, Football Australia officials have contacted Hearts requesting Cammy Devlin's medical details for a possible call-up ahead of next summer's World Cup. Well, there we go. There we go. Well, if that's true, I mean, the Aussie Game, they're doing great content over there. I listen to a lot of their podcasts. Hey, if that's true, that's awesome news. Cammy Devlin, I think he should be called up for this upcoming squad. I think he's a really underrated midfield player, and he's been working really hard at Hearts. He's been getting regular game time as well. Cammy Devlin, he's playing 90 minutes week in, week out. So Devlin's one who I think could really push back into the Socceroos squad. Hey, back to that Australian Championship conversation. Callum says Heidelberg for me. Just had a thought though, between NPL, Auss Cup, Championship, and ACL2. If Heidelberg win the Cup, their players might not get a proper break until the end of 2027. Yeah. No, good point, Callum. Yeah, because obviously they're coming off the NPL Victoria season and the Australia Cup. And they've got the final coming up this weekend. And then they've got the Championship, getting underway as well. And then they're straight back into action early next year for the next NPL Victoria season. And then, hey, they could potentially be involved in the ACL too. So, yeah, Callum. I mean, that's an interesting thing as well. Like, if they get into the ACL too, Heidelberg United, it's interesting because, they'll be playing through what is usually off-season for them. I hadn't really thought about that. But obviously, the Asian Champions in competitions being played now, right? Through, September, October, November, December, into the new year. So for Heidelberg United, as you say there, Callum, it's a great point. Might be a really hectic couple of years coming up for Heidelberg United. Tarnley's highlighting Marconi Stallions. Reckons that they're going to win the Australian Championship. And Lightning's backing South Melbourne as well. Yeah. I'm just really curious to see how it all plays out. Just considering you've got teams from completely different states playing each other, it is hard to predict. And the format's interesting as well. I don't mind the format. They've gone for the group stage format for the Australian Championship. 6 match days in the group stage, and then into the straight to the quarterfinals, right? Yeah. So yeah, very excited for the Australian Championship, man. It gets underway not this weekend, but next weekend, so it's going to be great. And as Lightning says here as well, says I'm going to the opening game of the Australian Championship. Love to hear it. South Melbourne Sydney Olympic, right? On that Friday next week. So second half is just around the corner here for Melbourne City. Match day 2 of the Asian Champions League Elite. We'll keep an eye on if there's been any changes heading into this second half. Got some big names on the bench from Melbourne City. Andrew Naboot is back from injury. Quick glance at the stats. 3 shots for either side. That's interesting. There's only been 3 shots for either side. 1 on target for Vissel Kobe. But there you go. 3 shots for either side. Possession stats, 53% possession for Melbourne City. So they're just edging it there as well. Yeah. G'day, Newer Jets. Good to see you here, mate. Says, hey, keen for the A-Leagues round 1? Yes, of course. And it's great now, Newer Jets. I was saying earlier, it's once we finally tick into October, once we enter October, the excitement really starts to build, I think, for the A-League season coming up. So it feels like it's just around the corner. Yeah. So, yeah, it's great. It's great. And we've got a great build-up to it as well with the Australia Cup final this weekend. The Socceroos are going to be in action shortly as well. And then we've got with the Australian Championship kicking off. And then the weekend after that, the A-League kicks off. So, yeah, man, the weekends are going to be busy from here on. The weekends are going to be busy from here on in regards to all the football that's happening. Lightning asks, isn't the distance derby in the first 2 rounds? In the opening round, I believe. Yeah, in the opening round. Wellington traveled to Perth Glory in round 1. Yeah. Which is interesting. I mean, maybe Wellington Phoenix won't mind that, sort of getting it out of the way, travelling all the way to Perth Glory. Such a massive trip. Appreciate you guys joining us for this live stream tonight. Our watch along for Vissel Kobe, Melbourne City, 0-0 at halftime. Second half is about to get underway. The teams are out on the pitch. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't done so already, man. Helps out the channel. You can also consider sending in a super chat. Shout out to Boston earlier tonight, who sent in the very kind super chat, highlighting the Mariners, the Match 1 Mariners training top. Again, if you haven't seen the training tops for Mariners this year, love the design. They're awesome. But cheers, Boston, again for that kind super chat earlier tonight. As Newer Jets Football says, huge result for the Mariners today. Impressive, keeping Sydney to a clean sheet. Yes, from a Mariners point of view, great result, dude. Great result. Hey, against looking at the lineup, Sydney FC were playing a strong team with a lot of their star signings starting for them today. So, yeah, considering that this has been a pretty poor, off season for the Mariners, that was a big result to get for Central Coast. Obviously, it's just a preseason result, so can't read into it too much, but it's something. It's something. Great question, Lightning. Yeah, South Melbourne in the OC Pro League as well. Curious to see how they go in that competition. And again, we always back our Aussie teams, so hopefully they do well in that competition. South Melbourne. Second half about to kick off. The teams are on the pitch, as we said. I don't think we will see any changes for Melbourne City. I think they'll be pretty happy with how things have been going so far. Again, shots are equal. The shot stats are equal. 3 shots for each side. But Melbourne City haven't really had any quality chances, hey? No real quality opportunities for them up to this point. So that's the next task for this Melbourne City team. Can they start to trouble Vissel Kobe's goalkeeper? It's second half time in this Asian Champions League elite match. Here we go. Vissel Kobe, being the home team here, will be really eager to go for the win, you'd imagine. This game has just kicked off now for the second half. 45 minutes to go. Who will come out on top? Or will these teams settle for a draw? Which, again, I want to reiterate, I think a point would be a good result for Melbourne City. Love the attitude there. Neo says City will win. City will win. Dude, I mean, as I said just then, a draw would be a good point. If City win this game, if City go on to win this game, that is a monumental result. And a great response after losing at home in Matchday 1. So, and especially considering the injuries, with the injuries that City have, if they get a result from this game, it's good. It is good. It's a good question, Newy Jets. I mean, who asks, do you think crowds will improve this season, Lockie? I think so. I'd like to think so. I think you look at Auckland. Hopefully, they maintain their strong crowd numbers. But yeah, you look at just every club in the league, but especially those bigger clubs like Sydney FC. We know Sydney are playing their first few home games, like Leichhardt Oval, but hopefully they bring some big numbers to that stadium there. Melbourne Victory, Wanderers. Wanderers had a good season last year. Maybe their crowd numbers start to increase again. So yeah, hopefully. Last season's crowd numbers weren't all that bad. They were on the up. Always great to have you guys join us in the live chat, discussing obviously not just this game, but all things Australian football, which is what we're trying to do here with our live streams, trying to create a space for the fans to discuss all things football in Australia. This is our second live watch-along of the week, our third live stream of the week, in fact, and there's more to come. This is a particularly busy week for football fans in Australia. We're going to be live tomorrow morning for the young Socceroos, who have their second game in the Under-20 World Cup. We're also going to be live on Saturday night for the Australia Cup final. And then, of course, we will be live on Sunday morning as well for the third group stage game for the young Socceroos as well. So this might be a record week in regards to live streams. I don't know if we've ever done that number of live streams in 1 week. And we'll make sure to have a few live streams throughout the A-League season as well for some of those big games, doing some watch-alongs. Round 1. Planning to do a watch-along or two there in the opening round of the A-League as well. No worries, Lightning. Thanks for jumping in the live chat tonight, mates. Newy Jets asks, bring back the Matchday vlogs this year. Love them so much. Yeah, I did. We did one for a Newcastle Jets game. In fact, that quarter final in the Australia Cup. I went up to Maitland for that one. Yeah, definitely keen to bring it back. They won't be like every week or anything, but yeah, probably every few weeks, maybe like a couple times a month. Keen to put out a vlog. So yeah, a couple of years ago did them sort of regularly. So definitely keen to bring back the Matchday vlogs because yeah, they are fun. They are fun. Hey. 49 minutes have ticked by in this match. 49 minutes, and it's 0-0. As the broadcasters cut to Aurelio Vidmar, who looks like he's grabbing some snacks. Who knows? Who knows what he's snacking on there? Vissel Kobe, J1 League side at home here. I think if they were to draw this game, they would be disappointed. They would be. Melbourne City, juggling 2 competitions this year. Of course, knocked out in the Australia Cup in the round 32 after naming a very inexperienced squad. Long ball forward, well defended by Bajic. 50 minutes now played. 5 minutes into the second half. Melbourne City having to do a bit of defending now. As is Bajic, such a reliable performer for Melbourne City, wearing the captain's armband once again. Socceroos fullback. Will Aziz Bajic be named in the upcoming Socceroos squad? Perhaps. Feels like Geordie Boss is certainly that first choice left wing back for the Socceroos, but Aziz Bajic, certainly a reliable option there at left wing back for the Socceroos as well. There's a long range shot looping up at Patrick Beach, comfortable save for the young goalkeeper. Newy Jets is watching a vlog back from earlier. Says I missed the 21-22 season when we had Pena, Mikotadze, Bumal, Elsie, Yerman, especially Pena. What a player! That was a fun year for Newcastle Jets. They didn't make finals, but they should have with the team they had. Yeah, Pena and Mikotadze, those 2 guys were fantastic. Had a really good team that year. Newcastle Jets. Yeah, I remember that season. Newcastle Jets, big week for them. Australia Cup final. Chance to win the first piece of major silverware in 17 years. Cross comes in, dangerous one. Well claimed there. Patrick Beach, another important intervention from the City goalkeeper. Re-signed for the next couple of years, Patrick Beach. I'm sure he's probably going to go. I mean, if he continues to perform in goals for Melbourne City, I'm sure he'll be attracting some interest from overseas clubs, considering he's still pretty young and kept a lot of clean sheets in the A-League last season, Patrick Beach. So It's good to see him doing well. But it feels like he might have a similar trajectory to Joe Gauci and Tommy Glover, who have, done well in the A-League and secured moves overseas. Patrick Beach. And even with Alex Paulson out of the competition now, departing Auckland, it feels like Patrick Beach is probably a conversation to be had in regards to whether Patrick Beach is, the number one goalkeeper in the A-League now. There's probably a few other guys up there as well. Tarnley with a comment on Western Sydney Wanderers says, I hope Wanderers do better this upcoming season. Yeah, they had a good season last year. Finishing top 4 wasn't bad at all. But yeah, could they go one better? That would be fantastic for Wanderers if they can maintain some success. They've struggled for consistency over the years, at least in recent years, Western Sydney Wanderers. So it would be big for them if they could get 2 consecutive finals finishes. That would be important for Wanderers just to try and establish themselves as one of the strong clubs of the A-League. I think they can do it. Early predictions for me, I think Wanderers should be a finals team. I think their transfer business has been okay. I think it has actually been quite good. Yeah. Callum says, I really think Matt Sutton is up there for the best keeper in the comp. It's a crime that he hasn't found a club yet. As Triple O also said, underrated goalkeeper, in my opinion, is Sutton. There we go. How about that? Matt Sutton, he was good at Western last season, wasn't he? I remember him making some great saves in a number of games last season. So, curious to see what the future holds for Matt Sutton. As Sal says, I'm surprised no goals have been scored in this game. Yes. 54 minutes have just ticked by for me on the broadcast. You can watch this game on Paramount Plus if you're in Australia. No goals up to this point after 54 minutes. Vissel Kobe with a shot that was comfortably saved a moment ago. Ooh. Vissel Kobe's goalkeeper almost got that ball caught under his feet. Could have ended bad there. And I agree there, Adstas, who says the longer the game goes on with no goals, the better it is for Melbourne. Yep, absolutely. Melbourne City. Again, I'm sure they have such a great desire to break into the knockout phase of this competition. They've come so close on numerous occasions. And they're starting to turn. Ooh, long-range shots. Again, another good save by Beach, who's behind it. This is, their 3rd or 4th appearance, I think, now in this competition for Melbourne City. They weren't in it last year. Of course, Mariners were in it. So because Mariners really struggled in this competition last year. But Melbourne City, can they finally break into the knockout phase? No worries, Newer Jets. Says, catch you in the morning. Should be a good game at a suitable kickoff time. That's right. Yes, indeed. Tomorrow morning. Young Socceroos. Big game against Argentina. Under-20s coming up tomorrow morning. We will be live for that one as well. That's right. Yeah, holding them to a draw would be huge here for Melbourne City. 5 shots for Vissel Kobe, 3 for Melbourne City. Melbourne City yet to register a shot on target, according to the broadcast. 56 minutes played up to this point. This is the time. This is the time now when you start to wonder whether really a Vidmar will start to make some changes, some substitutes. Vissel Kobe with a cross sent in. Pryan with a block, and Beach claims it again. Busy half so far for Patrick Beach. That's maybe the 4th time that he's claimed the ball. Troy says, also think about this. If Newcastle do win the Oz Cup final, they'll be into the Asian Champions League too. Sounds funny to say. Sorry, Newey fans, says Troy. Yeah. It's fair enough because Newey Jets have been so far away from silverware for so long now. Yeah. So it'll be huge for that club if they win the Australia Cup and go to the Asian Champions League too. As Tay Burns here. G'day, Tay, who says, go City. Here comes Kobe on the attack. Vissel Kobe shots. Another save. Again, fairly comfortable. Patrick Beach. All of these saves. That's like his third or fourth save just in the last 10 minutes. Pretty routine save for a goalkeeper. Just able to pluck it out of the air. But the shots are now starting to flow for Vissel Kobe, the home side. But again, all those saves comfortable from Patrick Beach. MacArthur FC, their Asian Champions League 2 game is tomorrow afternoon. They're hosting Beijing. MacArthur FC also lost on Matchday 1 in the Asian Champions League 2, so they'll be eager to bounce back with them in. Will I win indeed? And that's right, as Troy says here regarding Patrick Beach. Yep, he's barely moved, looking solid in goals. The Beach. Patrick Beach. Tay says, I was there when Sydney failed to qualify versus Lions City. Was so devastating. Yeah, that was the big disappointment for Sydney FC last year, hey, in the Asian Champions League 2. Made it all the way to the semi-finals. Losing out in the end, unable to get through to the final, which, yeah, was really disappointing for Sydney FC. "59 minutes played, 0-0. Callum asks here, has Atkinson played for the Socceroos since he got turned in circles by Mbappe? Still crazy that he got dropped for that. Mbappe was unstoppable back then. Yeah, I can't even remember the last time Natty Atkinson's played for the Socceroos, but yeah. Who knows? Maybe another big season coming up for Atkinson and he could push back into the Socceroos squad. I'm sure he'd love to be in that World Cup team once again. How much money did Sydney FC gain from reaching that game against Lions City? Not sure. Good question. Not sure. Hopefully it was a decent amount. Kanamori surely offside. We're playing on. I'm not sure why. Kanamori. Flag goes up now. I don't know why the linesman needed to wait. They're playing on. Hang on, what? Why are they're playing on? Surprise just been booked. Hang on. Why did they play on? Can you play on from an offside? That felt really weird. The referee, so the offside flag went up and then they played on. Usually you just see that the whistle blown and play stops. Surprise been booked. It's definitely a yellow card. It's completely taking out the attacker there. Anyway. Yes, I do remember that. Cummings and Giroud at the World Cup. First substitution being made by Vissel Kobe. So, we have ticked past the hour mark. 61 minutes played now. Still 0-0. Very, very interesting position that Melbourne City are in here. Half an hour to go. It's still all square. Patrick Beach claims the ball once again. Make sure to hit that like button on the stream if you haven't done so already. You can also consider sending in a super chat. And make sure you're subscribed if you haven't done so already. Got a number of live streams coming up this week as well. Tomorrow morning, Australia Cup final, Saturday night. Yes. Wow, that feels like a long time ago as well. Andrew Naboot, starting Socceroos striker. World Cup 2018. Speaking of Andrew Naboot, he is on the bench today for Melbourne City. Back from injury. Jurakovic on the left. Overlapping run from Bajic. Maintains the ball. Chance for City coming up here. They're in a good position. Durakovic, Bajic. Got to start moving the ball with a bit more speed. Bajic's pass for Kanamori. Not accurate enough. But City maintain the ball. This is a nice little spell here for the Australian side. Schreiber's dispossessed, unfortunately, and the home side come away with it. But that's the thing. When City get those chances to drive forward up the field, they got to take those chances. Atkinson's picked up possession. Gives it off to Durakovic on the left. There's a switch on if they can get it away. Shillington's moved up from right back. Again, this has been a really fascinating game. I think we expected a bit more from Vissel Kobe. 63 minutes played in this match. I actually haven't been playing FC 26 yet. I haven't gotten into it yet. What do you guys think? Let me know if anyone's been playing FC 26. Let us know what you think. But yeah, I haven't had a chance to get into it. No substitutions have been made yet for City. Here comes Vissel Kobe with a bit of pace in their attack. Cross comes in. Ferreira clears. Tell you what, this centre-back partnership of Ferreira and Cyprian, they're looking pretty solid so far. They're doing a really, really good job defending. They were almost caught out there, Melbourne City, but Ferreira did well to track back and make up for his initial error. Troy regarding FC 26 is it's not bad, very much like the last one, but some new animations. Goalkeepers are smarter, in my opinion. The goalkeepers are smarter. Interesting. Yeah, that's right, Tarnley. Yeah, it is annoying how they don't have more national teams in FC. Hey, Australia haven't been in the FC games for some time now. Hey, corner on the way for Vissel Kobe. Another defensive test for Melbourne City. You can see the active fans behind the goal. Great support for Vissel Kobe. Love to see it. Corner sent in. 65 minutes played. City deal with it. They get it clear. Boston, wow. Going back to that training jersey, Boston kindly sent in a super chat mentioning the Mariners match-worn training top. How about that? 2010 Nick Fitzgerald training jersey. Wow, that's well, I don't know. I don't even know if it would have been Nick Fitzgerald. He definitely wouldn't have been with the Mariners in 2010. Nick Fitzgerald, when did he play for the Mariners? Maybe like 2016, 2017. I would have said maybe around that time, maybe a bit later. But hey, 2010, that's a real throwback. Love it. Another corner coming up for Vissel Kobe as we have played 66 minutes in this Asian Champions League Elite Matchday 2 game. Melbourne City, can they hold on? That is the story now. That is the story. This would be a big point. And as well, if they can, even if they like a 0-0 result would be huge as well, because keeping the clean sheet against a good side from Japan here, it would be a big result for the A-League champions. Of course, Melbourne City qualified for this competition not by winning the championship last season. They finished because they were the highest finishing Australian side in the A-League regular season last year. Of course, Auckland finished top of the table last year, but they cannot play in this competition as they are from New Zealand. So Melbourne City, who were in second place earned their spot in the Asian Champions League Elite. Tan Lee asks, Lockie, when did you start watching the A-League? I have memories of watching the early seasons. Yeah, I remember with my family watching the first A-League Grand Final in 2006. I was a kid back then. I was a lot younger. Yeah, 2000. Yeah, the first season. I remember watching the first Grand Final, Sydney FC, Central Coast Mariners, and I was a kid back then, and watching with a family on Foxtel back in the day. Yep. Been watching it ever since. Triple change for Vissel Kobe. How about that? And here we are. Here we go. Here, Melbourne City finally making their first change, and it's a debut here in Melbourne City colours for Elbasan Rashani, who comes on for Durakovic. So Rashani is on left midfield. Very curious to see what he brings to the A-League and to Melbourne City. Durakovic worked hard on that left side. Looks like City might be preparing us some more changes as well. Going to the fan day too. Love to hear it. It's a bit of a stoppage in play here. Harry Shillington, right back, has been down with injury. Back to his feet now, though. 20 minutes plus stoppage time to go in this game. And it's 0-0. City are in a good position. City are in a good position. They haven't really had any chances in the second half. Melbourne City have had basically nothing going forward. Ooh, that was a bit of an interesting moment there at the back. Samuel Suprian, well, he's dealt with it, so it's okay. But Patrick Beach came sprinting out to claim the ball, and it was just on the edge of the box, just inside the box. Suprian, though, chose to deal with it, but Patrick Beach was sprinting forward, and the two players are having a conversation off the ball as we speak. But surely Patrick Beach is called out for that one. He's sprinting out for it. Not sure why Suprian chose to play at the ball there. Vissel Kobe, a little wayward pass. Their attack comes unstuck. And tell you what, man, look, I personally don't watch Vissel Kobe week in, week out, but I wonder how Vissel Kobe feel about this performance so far. It hasn't necessarily been maybe as dominant as we expected. They've had more shots, obviously. And they're just ahead on possession stats. But they've only had 6 shots. 6 shots, 4 on target. But again, the saves have been comfortable for Patrick Beach. They've just been like straight at him, basically. So Melbourne City have done okay, but I wonder how much of a factor is the simple fact that Vissel Kobe maybe underperforming a little bit here. I'm not sure. If we've got any J-League experts in the live chat, say g'day. Thanks for tuning in tonight, Boston. Appreciate it, mate. And thanks again for that kind super chat earlier tonight. And yes, indeed, tomorrow morning, very much looking forward to it. Young Socceroos in action. What's going on here? A bit of some conversations going on between various players. Someone's not happy about something. There's just some substitutions being made here. And it's Beckham Baker who's going to be coming on. This is a big change here. Young Beckham Baker, who's been signed I think he's been signed to a scholarship contract for this upcoming season. The youngster's coming on to replace Shillington. Shillington's done all right at right back tonight. He's done good. But Beckham Baker, this promising young player, is on. So that may well see Atkinson go to right back. So 2 changes now for City. There's your updated Melbourne City lineup now, taken across the bottom. Beckham Baker on at right midfield. The other substitute, Rashani's on at left midfield. So Atkinson has dropped to right back. Very, I think, defensive-minded lineup tonight for Melbourne City. Looking to get a point out of this game, which I don't think you can blame them. I don't think you can blame Melbourne City for taking this approach into this match. Let's see if City can get some more opportunities towards the end of this match, because we are getting into the later stages now. There hasn't really been many chances for either team. What's going on here? 2 players gone down. Azizbage isn't happy with something. Azizbage always loves to get involved. Yellow card for the Vissel Kobe player. Samuel Sopryan is down hurt. Replay will be interesting. I mean, I'm not sure why Azizbage has gotten upset at Vissel Kobe's player there. It looks like he's just slipped. He's collided with... I mean, it's a heavy challenge on Sopryan. It almost like a shoulder to the head. But it just looked like accidental contact. I'm not sure why Azizbage is upset on that one. Yeah, it looked like he ran into him. I think they just sort of, they're both going 2 different directions and just collided with each other. Hopefully Sopryan's all right. Currently being treated. He's back to his feet. He's been good tonight, Samuel Sopryan. So 75 minutes. I've just ticked by 75 minutes. This is well and truly an interesting time for Melbourne City. Can they hold on for the next 15 or so minutes? Can they maintain this clean sheet? Could they go one better? They create a chance for themselves. Long ball. Can't maintain the ball. Truin heads it forward. Rashani's on the left. Here's our first look at Rashani. Looking for Kanamori, fellow new signing for City. Kanamori flicks it on. This is all right. Keeping it alive. Truin. Here's the youngster. Beckham Baker. He's teed it up in the box, but the cross isn't great. Had 2 plays to aim for. Couldn't find either of them. But goodness me. Beckham Baker. Huge opportunity for youngster tonight. Imagine if he scored. Imagine if he scored his first senior Melbourne City goal tonight. Callum says it here as well. Says Baker needed to hit that first time. It opened up for him a little bit, hey? Rashani. Rashani looks like a tall player, man. Number 11, left wing. Schreiber. Page sends it long and high. Marnie trying to get a flick on. Offside flag is up. So Melbourne City felt like for a moment there that they had something nice going. Didn't quite come to much in the end. But I almost wonder whether towards the end here, Melbourne City might just go for it just a little bit. Try and snatch it. Try and snatch the 3 points. That would be brilliant for them. They did it a lot in the A-League last year, not necessarily snatching the points, but, like played sort of maintained a solid defensive structure and, grabbed a sneaky 1-0, 2-0 win. They did it a lot last year in the A-League. Kept a lot of clean sheets in the A-League last year, Melbourne City. Best defence in the league in the regular season. Troy says it here as well. Says that Vissel Kobe has been very scrappy with losing the ball. There's been a few. Both teams have been a little bit loose with the ball, to be fair. But yeah. MacArthur FC in action tomorrow night as well. Asian Champions League 2. That game's kicking off at 5:45. We won't be doing a live watch on for that one, but make sure to catch it. MacArthur FC looking to bounce back with a win after they lost on Matchday 1 as well. Vissel Kobe on the left. Cross comes in. Dangerous ball. Cyprian, well done. Great defending again from Cyprian. Still on for Kobe. Edge of the box. Chipped up. Schreiber heads it up. Still on. Still on for Kobe. Cross comes in. Oh, that's a great chance. Oh, what a save. Oh. Wow. Best chance of the game right there. Best chance of the game, and City survive. That was miraculous. What a save. Patrick Beach. Whoa. Well, in a game where there hasn't been many chances, that was incredible for Vissel Kobe, and they haven't scored incredibly. That was too close indeed, Troy. What a chance. Patrick Beach. Save from point-blank range. Vissel Kobe still on the attack. Melbourne City doing all right, though, at the back. Can they come away with it? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hopefully they show us a replay of that chance. Here it comes. So the ball was clipped in. It was like there was a couple phases to the attack. Another cross came in, and it was a free head. I mean, poor defending. I don't know what the City defenders were doing. They defended well up to that point, but a completely free header. And then Beach makes a great save to keep City in this game, to keep the scores scoreless. Final substitution has just been made by Vissel Kobe. They've emptied their subs bench, or at least made all their available subs, I should say. Melbourne City, long ball. Rackmoney's going to chase it. It's hooked away. Kanamori tries to get a flick on. No one's there. Just lacking a bit of cohesion, I think, at the moment, Melbourne City's attack, which is fair enough. It's still, again, we shouldn't forget, this is Melbourne City's third competitive game of the season so far. Don't even know if you want to count that Australia Cup game. They fielded basically a youth team in that game. Baker loses it. 80 minutes played. We are into the final 10 minutes plus added time. 0-0. "81 minutes have just ticked by. Melbourne City, is there one more chance? Is there one more opportunity that they can create to give themselves the opportunity to win?" Patrick Beach forced to send it long. Again, like City, just this whole second half, City, I mean, even the first half, they were a little bit better in attack. The second half, it's they haven't really been able to get anything going, but I think it's okay considering that the scoreline is still 0-0. I think they'll still take it. Kanamori's won it in a good position. Is that a foul? No, it's not. Kanamori's tried to work hard tonight. He's tried his best, and he's pulled up maybe with cramp. He's gone down. Takeshi Kanamori, new signing for Melbourne City. He's looked all right. He's looked good so far. And what, the 2 appearances that we've seen so far for him in a City shirt. Takeshi Kanamori looks like a good signing. Really appreciate you guys joining us for this live watch along. Not long to go. Looks like City are preparing a couple more changes. I've only got one more window to make changes here, Melbourne City. One more. Kanamori is back to his feet, but may well be substituted in a moment. We're going to be live in under 12 hours for the Young Socceroos game. Make sure to join us for that. So the double change is on the way here for Melbourne City by the looks of things. Bessian Kutleshi is coming on for Melbourne City. The youngster arriving from Western United. He was at Western last year. Bit of confusion with the substitutions. What's going on here? What's going on here? They're taking a bit of time to get these subs completed. Kanamori is coming off. And Gerald is also going to be coming on. So Kutleshi and Gerald on. Double change. We'll keep an eye on where exactly those 2 guys are playing. It might be the front 2, in fact. So maybe a defensive approach for the final stages of this contest for Melbourne City. They cannot make any more subs now. But it does appear to be Kutleshi and Gerald leading the line. Bessian Kutleshi, more of a defender as far as I'm aware. How much time to go? Not long. On my broadcast, we're just about to tick past 85 minutes. 85 minutes, so not long left at all, hey? Here we go. A free kick in a great position for Vissel Kobe. Great chance for them. Not sure why you'd set up a player on the wall there. It's interesting that Patrick Beach has chosen to have one play in a wall. I mean, the angle is so narrow. The ball's basically almost on the goal line, you know what I mean? Here we go. Free kick for Kobe. Comes in, headed away by Atkinson. And again by Baker. City survived that attack, but it's still on. Melbourne City, can they just maintain the concentration for the final moments? Vissel Kobe have it on the right wing now. Poked through. Oh, that's dangerous. Great chance for Kobe in the box. Shot blocked. Dude, they've just got bodies in the road, man. That City got bodies on the road, and it was enough. Can they break out? Can they get away? Kutleshi, well done, Bessian Kutleshi there. Held up the ball and found a teammate. But that's just, again, like if we're taking anything away from these 2 games so far from Melbourne City in this competition, their attack is non-existent. But that wasn't the plan for this game. That wasn't the plan. They played an extra man in midfield, and it's all about defence. But it's maybe a little bit concerning for the A-League season, the fact that we just haven't seen any sort of solid attack for Melbourne City across these 2 games. There's a sense now that Vissel Kobe are really pushing for this game. They're really pushing for the win, I think. Being the home side, and again, probably favourites to get the result here. I'll be disappointed, I think. Oh, and that's a poor giveaway. Again, another example, Vissel Kobe. Dare I say, this has been a poor performance from them. A poor giveaway at the back. City have a throw in a good position as we tick past 87 minutes here. 87 minutes played. City, they've got the youngsters on the field. So many of their young and bright prospects have entered this game. Another long ball for City. City have not really liked them to utilise the long balls, but they've had to do it in this match. City still maintain the ball. They've still got it. But they create a chance. Like, they basically haven't had a single decent opportunity in this second half, Melbourne City. So, it's been a fascinating game, isn't it? It's been really fascinating. I mean, even though the fact that they've had nothing in attack, you've got to say this has been a decent performance from Melbourne City, just in a defensive sense. The way they've managed the game, it's actually been all right. They've come here with a game plan, and so far they've executed it pretty damn well. Patrick Beach goes long yet again. Rashani, again, we spoke about his height. He looks like a tall player. He gets the flick on. And again, another good position here for a throw-in. Melbourne City. Are they looking to snatch the points late on? As Bajic with a throw. There's a few players in the box here for City. They're not necessarily committing everyone forward, but here's the chance for them, man. Rashani, back for Bajic. Can't quite find Albasan Rashani. His Melbourne City debut, the new signing. Quick release for Vissel Kobe, and they are away down the left wing. We have ticked past 89 minutes. Short ball into the box. City, well done, Melbourne City, getting those numbers back, man. Choice is not bad by City. Could still win. They've been good defensively, absolutely. And it's a goal kick for City as the attack comes to an end for the home team. How much injury time will we get? That's the question. There's been a few stoppages. We could get at least 5 minutes here, I reckon, actually. A few injury stoppages. I'm expecting 5 minutes, I reckon. All right, we are ticking past the 90-minute mark. Injury time, how much we got? 5 minutes. Hey, I was spot on. Spot on. 5 minutes to go in this game. Can someone snatch the 3 points? Vissel Kobe driving forward with pace. City being tested defensively once again. Cross comes in. Oh, it's deep. Great chance. Oh, the shots. Oh, another good chance for the home team. Shot goes wide. That was a great chance. Cross was good. Great pass back. And the shot, I mean, that's disappointing, I think, if you're a Vissel Kobe fan, to see that shot sail wide. It should have been on target. Should have been on target. Patrick Beach not tested there, but that's a poor miss. That's a poor miss for Vissel Kobe, who are going to be looking back at a chance like that, man. This is 3 points missed, I think, for the Japanese team. We are into injury time. At the conclusion of this game. Callum says, I swear Aussie teams always concede late in Asia. Hope City hold on. I hope so too. We are back in our A-League team here in Asia. They've done so well defensively. Free kick. Free kick's gone City's way, which is surprising. Because Vissel Kobe have got a player gone down hurt here. Beckham Baker won the free kick. Near the halfway line. Free kick's probably the right call. I think the foul was committed by Vissel Kobe there initially. So here we go. 92 minutes played now. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go in this game. A yellow card has just been shown to Herman Ferreira for delaying the restart. But Ferreira sends it long. Can they get a flick on? Can they get something? Atkinson, Baker, Atkinson again. Here we go. Could City do it, man? The ball is long. Flicked away. There's Atkinson. Could Leshy, the substitute, is there on the wing. Oh, great ball. Here's Atkinson. The ball comes in for City. Edge of the box now. Truen shoots. Oh. Ooh. It's wide. It's wide, but goodness me, wouldn't that have been insane if City had scored there? That ball through for Atkinson was nice. And Truen, I mean, left foot shot was always sailing wide, I think. Wow. Great chance. Oh, Vissel Kobe have gone the other way. Oh, Vissel Kobe have scored. Right at the death, Vissel Kobe have scored. Where did that come from? Oh, heartbreak for City. And as Callum said it in the live chat a moment ago, there we go. An Aussie team conceding late. That is heartbreak for Melbourne City. Oh, dude. I mean, they didn't even cut. They cut back to the broadcast late. They were showing us the replay of the Truen chance. Here's the replay of the goal. Long goal kick. Truen doesn't win the aerial duel. It's flicked on. Great run. Oh, dude, just a mess at the back. What a horrible mess at the back. Oh, it's heartbreaking for City. Beach made the save, but the save deflected off his teammate Cyprian, and it was an easy tap in from there. Oh, that is dramatic. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that is heartbreak for the A-League champions. With 1 minute to go now, City, they've sent it long. They've got a corner. Melbourne City have a corner, folks. This game's not done. This game isn't done. What late drama here. And as Troy says as well, City don't deserve that. Played decent tonight after so much defending. Well, here we go. They need to try and get something out of this game now. They've had barely a chance in the second half. City with the corner. Beach swings it in. Bouncing around. Gerald trying to keep it alive. That'll be another corner, surely. No, it stays in play. Will the ref add some more time? Because we had that goal, man. They're going backwards, but they need to go forwards. Beach sends it long. Everyone's probably offside there for City. Everyone's offside. The flag's up. Oh, what are these players thinking? Like, there was like 5 or 6 City players who were just too slow getting back. They're all offside. The chance is over. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Aurelia Vedmar on the broadcast. He looks like he can't believe it. City fans can't believe it. Vissel Kobe. I tell you what, man, I think they've got away with one here. The full-time whistle's just been blown. That's it, folks. It's full-time. And it's a 1-0 win for Vissel Kobe over Melbourne City in quite a dramatic fashion. And look at the scenes on the broadcast. The City players cannot believe it. Incredible defensive display. They were really good tonight at the back. They had to be well organised defensively, and they were for 90 minutes at least. But right at the end there, 94th minute, a mix-up at the back. Vissel Kobe score. Melbourne City, well, it's a poor start to the Asian Champions League elite for them. 2 games, 2 losses. Not the start that they wanted at all. A narrow defeat here for Melbourne City. Guys, thanks very much for tuning in. Join us tomorrow morning. We're going to be live in under 12 hours' time for the young Socceroos as they have their second game of the Under-20 World Cup. So I'll see you tomorrow morning, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Catch you later.